Jesse, desperate and reckless, resorts to trading meth for gas at a local station, a transaction that quickly ripples through the criminal underworld. Saul and Mike, ever vigilant, uncover a shocking truth. Skyler, Walt's wife, has been sleeping with her boss, Ted. This revelation stems from Mike's surveillance operation, having bugged Walt and Skyler's home. Adding insult to injury, Skyler has explicitly told Walt she will continue the affair with Ted as a manipulative tactic to force him to move out of their house. The situation spirals further when Walt, unhinged by Skyler's betrayal, confronts Ted at her workplace. He creates a scene, but Mike swiftly removes Walt before the police arrive. Saul, seeing an opportunity, tries to persuade a financially strained Walt to return to the meth business. Walt, feeling betrayed, refuses Saul's offer after discovering Saul has been using Mike to bug his house on top of Skyler's betrayal. Enraged, Walt attacks Saul, leading to the breakdown of their money laundering operation and costing him a vital partner. In a fit of anger, Walt fires Saul, who in turn threatens to pull the plug on their money laundering website, leaving Walt's ill-gotten gains vulnerable. Walt demands that Saul and Mike remove the surveillance bugs from his home. Mike, trying to be the voice of reason, tells Walt that having someone watch your back isn't always a bad thing. In the wake of his disastrous behavior, Mike relays to Gus that Walt, despite the diagnosis of lung cancer, is surprisingly operational. Gus, in turn, acknowledges that the Mexican cartel is observing Walt closely and that the emotional toll of his failing marriage has made Walt increasingly unstable. Despite his concerns, Gus is willing to exercise patience with Walt, viewing him as a worthwhile investment. Seeking petty revenge for Skyler's infidelity, Walt makes a clumsy and inappropriate advance on his school principal, Carmen Molina. His attempt is summarily rebuffed, while Skyler continues her affair with Ted despite its growing complexities. She can't move in with Ted for fear of further alienating Walt Jr., and her affair has severely damaged her professional reputation. She's now viewed as a ruthless and ambitious opportunist by everyone at her office. Meanwhile, Hank receives what should be a career-defining promotion, a transfer to El Paso. However, the resurgence of blue meth on the streets of Albuquerque pulls him back. After a junkie is found carrying it, Hank refuses the promotion, his obsessive hunt for Heisenberg rekindled. He's more determined than ever to catch the mysterious meth cook. Walt's inappropriate actions cost him his job. Reaching a new low, he's approached by Jesse, who proudly presents his own independently cooked batch of meth. Jesse, seeking to bypass Walt, wants to directly connect with Gus. Jesse's meth, though, is substandard, lacking the clarity of Walt's product. But Jesse is convinced his batch is good enough, and that it will sell well to Gus as he sold the samples to local dealers. Undeterred by Walt's rejection, Jesse approaches Saul, requesting a meeting with Gus. Gus, ever the shrewd businessman, hesitantly agrees to purchase Jesse's meth, anticipating that the rejection and financial strain will push Walt to return to the business. Jesse receives only half payment for his product, with the rest going directly to Walt, further highlighting Gus's manipulation. Skyler, oblivious to the machinations around her, continues her affair with Ted, seemingly blind to the growing chaos. Hank, foregoing the El Paso transfer, focuses on a new lead, the gas station where Jesse used meth to pay for fuel. The attendant confirms the suspicious transaction, and Hank arrests the junkie he finds near the station in order to understand how he got his hands on the blue meth. Gomez, deeply concerned for Hank's well-being, believes Hank is fixated on a ghost. In his opinion, Heisenberg is gone, and the blue meth is simply a leftover batch of an old cook. Hank's investigation intensifies. He identifies the gas station on a map, understands the meth for gas exchange, and using security camera footage, locates a picture of the RV. After tracing the make and model, Hank learns that 29 of these RVs are registered in the state. Despite lacking clear shots of the vehicle's license plates, Hank feels he's closing in on Heisenberg once again.